What's up, what's up, what's up? We are live again, once again. Whales, Tales and Company, Taki Sol and Dean the Machine, everybody, core contributors of the Dean's List. Good to be here once again, internet friends. I'm excited. I see lovely friends again on the audience immediately. Lots of cool things to talk about this week. Lots of Solana stuff happening. I am getting a little bit of a bullish whiff. I'll explain shortly how this happens. Yeah, I'm smelling, you know, the smell of the bull when the spring comes and it resonates in the air. I see legend like for the past 2 years has been offering 1 cheer per stream. Maybe in 100,000 years we'll make $1. Thank you, legend. Thank you for this contribution. Lots of stuff with Dean's List, lots of stuff with Solana, lots of stuff with the Grizzlython Accelerator, with super team ecosystem calls, with like tokenomics, NFT drops. Realms, constant votes, it's new simulations about tokenomics. Dude, way too much stuff. Enough from me. I'm gonna let myself talk last on why I'm getting a bullish whiff. I'll let my friends here also give their opinions on it. What are you looking at, lovely friends?
GM. Right now, I just reminded myself, or you just reminded me, that I've got an on-chain proposal to put up. Do you guys know? Do you want to guess what on-chain proposal? Oh, by the way, the omitted feedback is passing. Yeah,
yeah, I passed it.
Okay, let me finalize that bad boy.
Before we get into the nitty gritty, tell me a little bit. What are you looking at in the ecosystem? What has caught your attention this past week?
I mean, the most important thing is obviously Grizzlython, right? That's coming. That's wrapping up. We got what, 7 more days. Now, obviously, I'm biased on all the projects in our accelerator. Like you got Trigger, you got Sunrise Stake, you got Shift, you got Alchemy, Nodia, Crack. Give me that Crack Finance. But there's some other ones that are not in our accelerator that are pretty interesting too. You know, like there's this one competitor to Epic Style that is getting a lot of traction, a lot of attention. I forget what their name is, like Lance, something like that. Lance work. And then I'm very bullish on the fact that I called the Hades swap monkey DAO bullshit from a mile away. Where oh look, it was about to pass, but I canceled it because I'm a nice guy. Now bullshit. You canceled it because if it passed, they would never mint your monkey. So yeah, I'm bullish because the bullshit.
Zero outcome, zero on-chain outcome.
Yeah,
that's what you get from chat communities, man. Oh, Dean disappeared.
He's off.
He's out. Yeah, let's see. No, we can see you.
Oh, interesting.
Someone tripped on a wire, most likely. Production is fired.
How about now?
There he is.
Yep.
There he is.
Okay. As long as you keep it real and tell me, I can jiggle the jigloid.
Bro, did you check for termites? Maybe they're chewing the wires.
I don't have a fast enough comeback for that witty remark.
What about you, Mr. Taki Sol? What has caught your attention this past week?
For me, huge wins all over the place. Builders are going to be building no matter the market conditions. Very big win last week, Dean's List and Mr. Dean Machine on the Super Team ecosystem call.
Super
Lots
Team.
of Super Team. Shout out to Super Team, yeah. Lots of exciting stuff going on around. Accelerator is one of the biggest ones for us at the moment. Super laser focused to help the guys win the projects that we have on our accelerator. What's the thumbs down for?
Thumbs down, because I'm asking you to tell me what has caught your attention in the market, and you're telling me about Dean's List stuff. You are not even paying attention, my friend.
I don't have time to check the market, man. I've been pulled into the DAO shenanigans so deep. I can barely check the market anymore. I'm hopeful that we're gonna emerge at some point in the near future. Hopefully, my bags pray for this.
Claynosaurus, all-time high. Claynosaurus Rex.
It's because Pertz fished that Claynosaurus from the claw machine. I'm getting bullish slightly because I saw the Tensor fundraiser.
The Tensor airdrop.
The fact that they raised money. The seed round.
Yeah.
3 million, baby.
3 million with all the usual suspects. From Big Brain Holdings, from the Solana Foundation, from Placeholder Ventures, with the monkeys in there. Everybody's there. Raj and Anatoly are there as angels. I'm also getting bullish because, you know, we are cheering for a 3 million raise. To me, this is very healthy. This kind of shows that we kind of have our brain again where it is supposed to be, not the 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 million dollar valuation out of the bag. I love how the whole community is cheering. I love how Dean's List was ahead of the curve, working with Tensor, trading with Tensor, shouting that Tensor is a winner. And once again, our power users, Solana OG, Web3 bulls identified the winner. And I'm glad how this whole thing unfolded. I'm starting to feel this, you know, this tickling sensation. Yeah, Boogles as well. Boogles got an allocation, and again, I think that eventually our subDAO will manage to get into a syndicate level, and this is my wet dream. To be able to participate in such killer projects and support them and give them direction. And I think we can, as a group, as a power user group, as people who've seen the space evolve and identified winners, I think we can provide value and much more than your average VC. Could you add the push to talk back, Mr. Dean Machine?
You know me. You know
He's
me.
typewriter. He's
Machine Gun
typewriter.
Kelly.
You know, it's also exciting about and you know, it's telling you something about the whole ecosystem that Anatoly and Raz are participating in the investors round. So that's nice to see camaraderie within the community. That's always nice to see.
I love how both of you are so focused on the Grizzlython projects that are participating in the Dean's List Accelerator. I think we should talk about them, but before I think it's important to talk a little bit about the ecosystem call that you participated, Dean, and also about a new grant that the collective has has actually managed to obtain. Could you give us a TLDR on those two?
Yeah, so probably not really good to talk about the grant until.
Okay, that's a
right.
classic. That's a classic thing in Whale's Tales. I always ask for alpha slightly earlier than I'm supposed to, but
So-
it's
A
always
couple of
worth the
episodes
try.
earlier.
So yeah, on the grant side, like it's pretty much a done deal. Just we have to handle some milestones and whatnot. But we're going to be doing what we did, but an expanded version. There's something that's going to be special for the hackathon participants this time around. I'm not at liberty to share anything about that, but yeah, we have a very good relationship with, the whole hackathon process, and that's a big milestone for us to be able to expand it and do it again this hackathon. So it's very possible we're going to be doing this, for hackathons for seasons and seasons to come. On the ecosystem call, it was great to have Maddie Taylor, who's running the hackathon for Grizzlython, kind of talk about like some of the rules. We learned, for example, that actually, no, I shouldn't say that one. Dude, I have to filter. I apologize. We had Stepan release squads. They shared more of their immutability, like upgrades. Like that's like they're the code, the example that everybody wants to follow. Like Solana keeps on pointing to what Squads is doing over there. We had a presentation about refi, which Sunrise Stake was highlighted, and Sunrise Stake is run by Daniel Kelleher. We love Daniel over at Civic, and he's also part of our accelerator. There was a release. Well, we talked about how everybody on that call also gets some sort of token in our new token launch. So if you were on the ecosystem call, you got a PO-op. It's very simple. Like all you have to do is follow our Twitters or like pay attention in Discord. We talk about this shit nonstop. Like it's kind of crazy how much alpha we give about the new token. And like, there's one like Chris Eck. I don't know if Chris Eck is watching.
Chris Eck is watching, man, for sure.
Bro, Chris Eck, you are the number one. Like, it's funny. Some other guys are in the community and they're like, what are you talking about? Chris Eck's number one. He is following all of our advice. Like,
you disappeared, Dean. You're not visible in the camera.
Perhaps he mentioned something he shouldn't have.
The guy is a killer. Every single thing we say, he does. Like, he's 100 for 100, whereas like, other people chat, but like, you're not paying attention, you're going to miss out on the allocation. So pay attention.
Yeah, big shout out to Chris Eck. He's of course in the audience because, dude, you have 100% in votes in voting power. How can I say it? There is no proposal that has been posted that you have missed. Every day you check the right places, and I think this is exemplary behavior.
I'm going to look real fast at the presentation to see if it triggers any ideas of what was being shared during the ecosystem call. So we had the PO-op, we talked about that. We talked about Squads multi-sig going fully. Nam did a presentation about the state of NFTs. By the way, Moonlit, now we've got that set up. Moonlit is like a Crew 3, but specifically for Solana. Monkey DAO was the first, and they've been running it for like about a year, like helping them like perfect it. We now are the second community with it. We're going to be launching that. It's going to be a big deal on Friday. We also won a Super Team DAO bounty. Let's not forget that. So let me go here. Otter Finance also presented. They're a different. They're a new kind of wallet. I'll let Taki explain more about Otter Finance. It's his favorite wallet. Hello Moon presented. They're going to be doing like providing RPC services, and they're also working with CandyPay. And then TipLink. TipLink was the big deal. TipLink and CoinFlow. So I don't know. Do you guys know TipLink?
I know the routers, TP-Link.
Nah.
I know the power banks.
Where can I show this? Should I take a screenshot and then like paste it in our Discord?
Or you can share your screen.
I'll just paste it here. So TipLink lets you send payments in a link. Like the other person that you're sending it to doesn't even need to have a Solana wallet. They can create one on the fly, connect it to their Gmail. Pretty cool, eh?
Pretty cool indeed.
They raised more than 3 recently. Let me see who else. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, CoinFlow. And that's another like payments. There's so many of these payments things. I'm not even sure. And then Solana snapbacks were also launched on Super Team. You know, we've have a Solana snapback. I'm waiting for mine to be delivered. I also have this. We could do this. You know what this is? This is from Monster.
This is the card Monster sent you. That's a good unboxing now thing. I think you should.
Yeah. But then we have to go through the process.
Let's but if you can't share your screen, we should leave it for a dedicated video.
We'll leave it for a dedicated video. I gotta open this.
Also, you have a wallet to review that we need to do.
Yeah, you know, I had reached out. I'm like, hey, we can do this. You know, I think they were kind of upset that they sent that wallet and I never did anything. So we gotta take care of them.
Just give me the wallet for the next stream, and I'll cover you.
And that's
let's
Sneaky octopus. You put up the proposal while you were speaking. How did you do that? Do you have your minions working for you?
Bro, machine.
Wow, that was fast. That was fast. So right now there's a live on-chain proposal to activate our super chat gaming reviewer Gara to review Eternal Dragons NFT, Pertz's favorite gaming NFT. So go out and vote. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to provoke Pertz to come and say something. I'm not sure. I know Pertz is all about portals and foxes. That's that too.
I'll vote live then. Let me get my wallet.
Let's all vote. Let's see if we can beat Krisek.
By the way, dude, remember that asset protocol token?
To the punch.
That asset protocol token you received, and you're like, oh, you should have gotten some too.
Come again?
No. Asset protocol.
Yes.
It was an airdrop. It was
What's
like
up with that?
$160.
It was 1K, and me and Legend got out at 0.5.
I got $160, man. I didn't know I had it.
Man, we were talking about it.
I didn't know I had it. I didn't even know it was in my wallet. My wallet has so many bullshit tokens. Chris, maybe you got some asset protocol?
Nah, I checked, didn't. Oh, and quorum achieved.
Where's the fun in that?
Maybe we should up the up quorum. Bow. Bang.
The core contributors voted. Krisek voted, so who else is there to vote, you know? Kavicon is gonna vote, Pavelson is gonna vote, Scientist Joe is gonna vote.
BW3 Nanko, I think it's Nanko. Or is it Legend? BW3. I think it's Nanko. No. Maybe it's Pertz. No, anyway, FY is Pertz. or N.
Perch is 9WW.
And NWW. Who are these other guys? They must be watching us.
Lots of fun stuff happening in Dean's List. I think we should talk a little bit about the NFT that dropped a couple of days ago, and how fun this has been.
We forgot about that.
Yeah, the barely minted NFT.
Bots.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate, sir.
No, man.
I mean,
like the bad mouth.
It's done much better than I could ever imagine. Like almost 100. Like people want to be able to mint, but they can't get the whitelist token because we don't know how to auction it.
Yeah, I had a talk with the famous Fox Federation, who are they're superstars because, dude, they are always replying and they are there to give ideas. So the famous Fox guy told me that their thing doesn't work with SPL tokens, and the best thing we can do is have the SPL token be redeemable for an NFT that will they will whitelist as a collection, and it will be then exchangeable for that whitelist SPL token.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but again, this requires a lot of steps. I'm hoping another solution will be found that will allow us to auction SPL tokens. It's weird that this is missing.
Yeah, but everybody uses an SPL token. It's on the market, right? But the idea for us to auction off an NFT that represents the whitelist token, I mean, again, whatever, it's all trust, right? We could take any NFT. We could put a fucking Solana and say this counts as a whitelist token.
Yeah, but then it requires us to send manual whitelist token to the person who won the auction, and this is not going to happen in real time unless, like, every time the auction is extended, you just wait over your computer until it finishes. I am not willing to do that. I will support anybody who's willing to do that, though.
I think first we gotta decide what we're gonna like. It's very likely we're gonna release more whitelist tokens specifically within our community. I think that that's looking like a very likely vote that I would want to put up because we have a lot left. We've got some great members that don't have the NFT token, like Lock D. I would like to give it to Lock D. Let's see, who else? Overachiever, why not? Although I don't know. Overachiever might be like one soul is too much for me. I don't want to put him on the spot.
Didn't he mint one? No,
I don't think so.
No, he didn't have a whitelist.
I don't think he did. Yeah, look, most of the people have it, Most of the people have it, but we do need to do something because we've got a whole collection. There's not that many. Oh, you think Overachiever got one? I don't think he got one, Nanko.
I think I saw a tweet of him.
Oh, it was his first Soul NFT. You're right.
Yes.
He just doesn't put it as his PFP in Dean's List. That's going to be a knock against his allocation.
That's going to be a problem.
We can keep on saying that forever, and then it's like when the vote goes, it's like, no, I don't vote to agree to that. We got to do something though with that NFT.
I mean, all the whitelists were immediately used, and like anything we gave was immediately minted. There were no like whitelists that went in. That went in the garbage. I'm very glad about that. I think that was a huge success. And yes, we have another 60 about left. We're not in a rush. It's important to handpick the people that are going to join, even with their PFPs. And by the way, for the people that are out there, Dean's original profile picture for the past 2 years still hasn't been minted. It's part of the 60 in the engine, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to sell it very well. If not to Dean, to me.
You asshole. There's only been 2 minted apes to my knowledge. I would buy any of them. Nanko, of course. You see, like, then he's going to show off to his friends, look, guys, I have $61 million, 61 million soul.
Another cool thing that I think it's important to talk about, and yes, for those that are asking, and I saw someone send me a DM, like, keep your eyes open and stay close to the community, and you'll get a whitelist token eventually if you stay around. And it doesn't give you any extra perks, at least at the moment. We've said that if you're wearing this PFP, something good is going to come your way eventually. But we
might have to make it our membership.
We might not. We never know. You never know. But if you want to be part of what this DAO is experimenting with, yeah, you'll get the PFP. You'll proudly wear it, and then you'll eventually understand what it means.
There's only one thing I know for sure. If you are voting, you're in a good place. The more you're voting with, the better you're in a good place. But like, if you're not voting, like really, voting is like number 1 along with contributing on feedback. If you're within Dean's List, if you're not on Dean's List, you don't care about any of this stuff. If you're in Dean's List, voting, contributing, that's it. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff. Those are the 2 main actions you just want to constantly be doing. You want to be part of those payouts, which isn't bad, right? It's like, oh, I'm upset that I received USDC. No one's ever said that in their life. And then voting. It doesn't cost you a thing. You've already got a membership token. Those are the 2 most important things. The NFT, we'll see. We'll figure it out, What was that? Oh, we also have a new service on Coinable.
That's exactly what I wanted to say, and guess what I have on my screen? I have the Coinable Pay store, and let's talk a little bit about each service, because like we started with 1, we got into a second, and now suddenly we got like 9 things here. So let's talk a little bit. Let me bring this in front of me. So yeah, like we have the starter package, the mega package, the membership, all these things are easy to understand, and they are not new. What I want us to really talk about is the new package and the Gara service, the streamer service, the one that you mentioned earlier, that we even have our first client. It's a client.
Yeah, this is big. This is big. Having a very successful streamer, reviewing a Web3 game, because always, it's a very good thing for exposure, and I'm sure the community will be ecstatic once they see what Gara is up to. He's a very good streamer with a large community of his own, and this is very needed, guys, if we want to push Web3 gaming to more Web2 people. So yeah, pretty exciting to see, and can't wait to see the review. Can't wait to watch.
Yeah, as you see, guys, Gara has like 70,000 followers on Twitch. He gets hundreds of people on his live chat, and it's a huge win for any game being reviewed by such a popular streamer, because he touches on non-Web3 people, non-crypto people, regular people that just want to play games. And if something is going to stay with those guys, those are real games. You know, those are games with actual gameplay and emotions and difficulty and story and all the things that make a game successful. So I'm really looking forward to that. The other new thing that we have is another package that I saw on our Coinable site, which is
Drum
DAO
roll.
consulting for 1 month.
That was inspired by, can't talk about, but there's a group out there needing some help with DAOing, and I was like, you know what? I think I got just the thing for you. Put that up on Coinable, and even Sebastian retweeted him, gave us a heart. He's also, if you check the Realms server, he also put in the announcements. So it shows you that this is something that the ecosystem needs and wants. You know, a lot of people don't know how to set up a DAO. And if, you know, even though like you can click the button and find yourself having, you know, a DAO, it, you know, that's, doesn't mean
That
anything.
and we've said that before. This can be risky. Like a DAO with wrong permissions can lock the treasuries, can lock people out, and there is nothing you can do. There is no helpline. There is no way you can unlock those funds. And when we talk about setting up a DAO, we're talking about thinking thoroughly about quorum, about thresholds, about voting time, about treasuries, the type of wallets, the program updates that you're going to require, the council distribution, tokenomics for powering the DAO and the governance layer of your community, and in general the whole timeline, execution, and what's and also educating the community in order to interact with those tools, understand the processes, and how vital they are in decision making, in transparency, and in developing a healthy community. I'm excited. These things are not easy to understand. Like, you might have scratched the surface in DAOs, you might have joined the chat community that issues Discord polls with emojis. But here we are talking, it's borderline science. Like, for some people it must be rocket science. Proposal threshold and quorum and council token distribution. It's slight science fiction, but it's our bread and butter. I'm very proud. I think this is a much needed service.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And very likely we're gonna have a new service coming up soon that is DAO adjacent, which is DAO legal setup with our friend from
You're
Friends and
still
Family.
out of jail. You're still out of jail. That's how
Get
it's
out
gonna
of jail
be
card.
called. You're still out of jail. Let's go.
Get out of jail card. So yeah, we're gonna work with him and have, dude, both ABCs and monkeys pumping. Monkey almost back up to 200. Degenerate drop bear is 45. What the? But yeah, we're gonna have the DAO legal wrapper service, which, you know, if somebody wants to incorporate a DAO today in like Switzerland, costs like 12,000 francs. I don't know what that is, like 10,000 bucks, something like that.
It's like 15 more.
There you go.
But yeah, there are other options. There's the UK option.
Well, that's his option. Yeah. Like it's gonna be. We're thinking we're gonna charge around 2K for it, and then we're looking at maybe adding an option where you can also have an accountant set up who knows crypto accounting. Maybe you have a crypto tax person. Like the sky's the limit. You know, we had Crypto Mondays the other day, right? And we were talking to that one dude, codenamed James. Let's not, you know. And he works at a coin analytics kind of place. It was like, explaining to him too, where you build a support layer for what he does. He already does business intelligence and visualizations. Why not partner up with like a guy who's good at marketing, a guy who's good at making some flyers, a guy that can do sales for you? All of a sudden, you got a little team. He didn't have to incorporate. He didn't have to have HR. He didn't have to hire. He doesn't have to have insurance, workman's comp, any of that stuff. Now, I don't know how long that's going to last, right? Eventually, there's going to be all this stuff for DAOs, like some regulation. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
If it is, it's going to be, yeah.
Pertz in his total lifetime as a Whale's Tales viewer has gifted 47 subscriptions. This is like 300 euros worth of subscriptions. Pertz, dude, you like melt my heart. Like I have no words, because this is him giving subscription. This is not him like showing off and dropping cheers, and this is really helping the channel. I'm so thankful, man. Shout out.
Pertz Mania. He's been on fire. Pertz has been on fire. Eternal Dragons now. Time to go.
He's been on fire with the. I shouldn't be saying that, wearing the hoodie that I'm wearing, but he's been on fire with the backpack documentation and leading the whole feedback session there. Very big shout out to Perch on this one, and hopefully we're gonna have an AMA soon with backpack and Wales friend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So looking forward.
He is a friend. He is Wales friend.
And we had Kota the Friend, which was our favorite rapper, and we had also Bird Buddy, our favorite Hearthstone card. And if you combine them all three, something happens. We don't even dare. Let's talk a little bit about the Dean's List Accelerator that Taki is so successfully heading. I'm so impressed by the quality of projects that have enrolled. So far, like the projects that I have enrolled and are actively receiving consultation, let's say, is we have Nodia, Sunrise Stake, Alchemy, Shift, Crack Finance, and Trigger. All of them superstars.
That's a lot of talent. A lot of talent. And in a way, this is the accelerator week over at Dean's List, where we're having workshop after workshop with all the projects in the accelerator. We've already had Shift, Trigger, and amazing progress for all three projects. Very excited to check out their pitch draft and help them win with the submissions. I have to say that I've been very impressed with what Trigger had to present to us today. Big shout out to Carlos and team, and also big shout out to Coding Psycho, Hipster Chick from Shift, and Ezzy and Beat from Clear Finance as well. But Trigger, due to the fact that they came in a bit later into the accelerator, we had a chance to know what they're about today, and their good solution for composability all across Solana, and the possibilities of what you can build with your Lego stack is super exciting. Super exciting. I can't wait to see what the end product will be and how we can help them win on Grizzlython. It's been an amazing experience, to help out all these guys. Looking forward to the workshops with Nodia, Alchem, and Sunrise. Super pumped for that as well. And yeah, sky's the limit, guys. It's very important to help out these new projects coming into the ecosystem and building and pointing them out in the right direction. direction, and I think I speak on behalf of all the DAO on the fact that we're all very happy to help them and achieve the best possible they can.
I agree. I agree with everything you said. I want to add on what Trigger is building. I was so impressed. So this is a no-code solution to actually link various Web3 on-chain tools, and you can create any kind of combination that could be using like Jupyter, could be using liquidity pools, could be triggering after a condition you put, like a price change or something that is written on the blockchain, and then it can trigger another action on a different app, and you can get a message from Dialect, and also get a proposal posted, and also have a move between treasuries, all automated from something that is monitored on chain. I love the way the user experience, the visuals. I even loved the fact that they came into the accelerator and they first assessed the call. They gave us 5 questions in order for them to understand their audience. Did we know what composability is? Do we know what is a trigger? Do we understand basic concepts of programming and what exactly they were building was depending on us understanding these concepts. So I think that I'm going to add it to my advice list for new projects when they are going to pitch, when they are going to interact with a passive crowd. When you're going to enter a new room with audience you don't know and you're going to present your project, engage before you actually present. I found this so lovely. They engaged, they asked questions and expected the audience to answer. This piqued my engagement. I could not be watching something on the other screen sneakily, pretending I was listening. I think that's an amazing advice. You're going to pitch, prepare 3 questions for your audience. Make them speak. It's gonna change the tone. Even that, I was very impressed. Well done, Carlos and friends.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of getting the word out too. They shared something that we hadn't seen from the other projects. Also, was the Solarplex. Like voting, upvoting. So Solarplex is built on the dispatch protocol for social forums, and it's kind of like a product hunt, but for Solana. Right now you can go there and you can upvote all of our, well, not all of them, but I know Sunrise Stake is there and Trigger's there. So it's a way for us to get, more eyes on our projects. If you're part of a project that you support, go and make an entry for that project. I just realized we should put Dean's List there. Yeah, I'll find a new best friend to do that for me. I'll ask somebody to do it. I'll ask Nanko. Help a brother out, Nanko, or Scientist Joe.
For those that are wondering, you go to solarplex.xyz, and if you scroll down the list, you'll find all the projects we're talking about. You can see on my screen, Trigger is there.
Sunrise Stake.
Sunrise Stake is slightly lower. All you need to do is connect your wallet and approve a transaction. Always monitor the transactions you approve. But you'll see this is a straightforward one. It's going to add a vote, and it's important. It might seem like such a negligible small task, but you can't imagine how important it is for all these projects working. Go give them your vote. If you think that they're worth it, don't give them your vote if you don't think they're worth it, but give it to them if you actually do. I also want to mention that we had an awesome tournament on Saturday. It was Saturday. It was such a fun experience. This was from another accelerator project. That's a game. That's a Discord game, a Discord Web3 game. It feels like a Darkest Dungeon, and it's called Alchemy. Battle of Ankos. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I even made a new team that has a sniper, it has a barbarian, and a mage. So it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward on playing again.
What's the sniper skill do? Like you can hit from like the back. Nice.
Yeah, baby, I'm going to kick some ass.
Nice.
I had it on my to-do list to play around, but I think we have enough things to actually talk about in order to leave it for another stream, or even broadcast the next tournament on during the coming weekend, which I will participate. We also have Sunrise Stake in the accelerator, which is a carbon negative. It's not it's neutral. It's negative. It's going to help you reduce your carbon footprint by staking your Solana. And these guys are staking the Solana and using the profit in order to buy carbon credits and actually make the world a better place. So if you have Solana lying around, not lending in a protocol, not staking in a validator, not holding MSOL, then you should go on Sunrise Stake and try that. Of course, be cautious. Of course, when you interact with contracts and beta dApps, you need to check your permissions. You need to check what you're approving. But I've done it. I've tested it. Lots of beta testers in the Dean's list have tried it. Go check it out. It's Sunrise Stake. We had Shift, which is a very interesting project because they are a block explorer / dashboard. This is a way to simplify how you view the block explorer. This is a way for you to query actions from your past wallet activity. Very interesting user experience. I am looking forward to what they're building. We lost Dean again. Another awesome project that maybe it's too complicated. It's too complicated for my brain, and I would like your help, guys. What exactly is crack finance? I know. The builders are big-brained and most probably larger than my brain, but I got slightly confused today. And if you have any clues to point me to the right direction, I would appreciate it.
So, from what I understand, it's a development guild. And the idea is that, you join other developers, you learn from them, you guys build together, and there's like tools and processes to help somebody go from zero to hero. What I think is missing right now is that kind of like very articulated flow. Yeah, it's they're big brained, but just like a lot of all of this, it's not just you gotta be just a good builder, right? You also have to think about product market fit. You gotta get that feedback. Like the moment we got a chance to really see what he's doing, we gave him the feedback. It's like, this, I'm not gonna be able to do anything with this, you gotta get it in front of users instead of build. If you're building in your head, like, oh, this is how everybody's gonna like it, and then you wait till you perfect it before you show it to anybody. Next thing you know, you've over-engineered something that no one wants. A lot of people, who haven't gone into, like, I learned that with faux show, which got completely over-engineered. There's just, like, you can't be in fantasy land. You have to get realistic feedback from people to stop building. So, they might make a pivot, or, I saw some of the feedback you guys gave when I left. It seemed like he left in an upbeat mood, right? That there's a good idea of how to do this user flow for a dev guild. So the idea is that you have to have their NFT, which they haven't launched yet. You have to have their NFT to be part of their dev guild. And once you're part of the dev guild, there's work to do and there's training to do. It's like, think about like an alpha group, the alpha trade group, but for like developers.
Interesting, and if executed correctly, can be very, very popular for people that are not quite there in their developing skills, but they have the willingness and are going to sit down to learn more and be part of a mentorship program. I think mentorship is the best way to actually learn. You're not gonna learn programming by watching YouTube videos, by watching other people code. You need to get your hands dirty, and you need to have someone better than you to ask questions and help you with where you're stuck. And now that you have ChatGPT, debugging has become much easier. You can feed your code to ChatGPT, and it's going to tell you why it's not working. Sometimes it's going to be wrong, the reasoning, but at least it's going to give you a direction. I appreciate it. Like, I'm testing it a lot with mathematical models for various tokenomics. 9 out of 10 models the AI calculates are wrong. It just messes up simple sums, simple like multiplications. It's funny. You need a simple calculator defeats ChatGPT, but it can be useful in many cases. Last project that, since we talked about all the projects in the accelerator, Nodia is another big brain project that has to do with tokenomics and issuance of tokens. Like, can you tell us a few more words, Taki?
Yeah, Nodia, they're the guys behind Alicoin. They've been to Solana for a while. They're gigabrains. They're helping us with a lot of stuff, including the tokenomics discussion for the new token, and very, very excited to see what they have in store for us. And to be honest, looking very much forward to their documentation, so we can, keep the feedback at laser focused in this final stretch. And we have the workshop with them tomorrow, combined with the Alchemy, because they have some common team members there, and very excited to see what they're going to be presenting for Grizzlython. And I think they're one of the favorites that we should be looking very, very carefully to what they have in store for us.
You mentioned Alicoin, and again, this is another Twitch connection. This is the coin that powers a streamer called Alistraza. It's a female streamer. She's extremely good at Hearthstone. She plays World of Warcraft. She plays various Blizzard games. Again, very smart girl. She's qualified in many tournaments, and she has a community. She has a vibrant Discord group. She has a bunch of things, and she also has a coin that is powered by the guys that are working on Nodia, and they're expanding this kind of service for other communities, and they can create tokens that follow a bonding curve and have dynamics that bypass markets and traditional market dynamics. So I'm excited to see where this is going. I love the fact that these guys are so passionate, are working at the same time in two completely different projects, and I'm very excited. The last but not of course, not least important project that I really need to mention is Signally, because out of all the projects we mentioned, the most important one to give correct feedback, to be professional with, to really put our big boy pants, put our feedback hats, and really produce something that's never seen, like the market has never seen something as good. So Signally is a trading platform, is a way for someone to help create all these trading strategies. It's not copy trading. It follows certain strategies. You can set them, and it works mostly with Binance. It's a multi-chain platform, and it's brought by one of our most important members, most contributing members. One of the biggest sales that has ever been achieved from Dean's List people. It's Nanko. So Nanko brought Signally, and we need to represent. And on that note, and I really want to make this a new thing. Feedback Fridays. I think the FF title is important. Feedback Fridays, where we've been consumed in managerial, paper shuffling, process-oriented activities, and we're falling behind in the most important task, giving fucking feedback. So I want to propose, one day a week, we all chill out our own pace, out our own schedule in the office, and the only thing we're going to be talking about, the only thing we're going to be, if we're putting time for Dean's List that day, it's going to be in feedback. So Feedback Fridays, lovely friends. No coordination, working asynchronously. Yeah, that one, I can't say it. In the office. Feedback Fridays.
It's a brilliant idea, because it also helps people focus. Like, inevitably, there are people who like feel that they're contributing. You'll know you're contributing if you're giving feedback on Friday. Like, that's the only thing that's expected of you, right? Is on Friday you're giving feedback. Nothing else. Just give feedback on Friday. We haven't really fallen behind because Backpack. My God, dude, we put a lot of feedback into Backpack. Right, so that was our main one right now. The accelerator, it's a new idea, and really one of the things we've learned about our accelerator is that the best advice you can give is talking and giving direction. It's not so much like, the UI and UX. They're still so early, and really giving them pointers about how to focus on winning. But you're right. Next up is Signally. We gotta go full blast on Signally, and I think anybody listening and watching, if you're really into gaming, this thing that we just put up, this proposal for Gara, I think that along with it, we could look at some feedback for it. Like, why not explore what we can do as a gaming service to go along with Gara's review? So if there's going to be one thing to do other than just Signally, I think it's also going to be to, give some pointers on some feedback on Eternal Dragons. Outside of that, we're gonna have, I think, a bit of rest. What else do we have? I mean, we just won the Samudai bounty with Super Team. So the moment Super Team puts something up, we'll go after that. Speaking of which, let me check. Let's see if there's something for the kids. Little something for the kids. We could do the recap thread for $50. No, it's too low for us. Developer portal deep dive. Oh, I think that's above our pay grade. Discuss how much easier it would be to build a dApp with the aid of developer portal. I can't help there. Never mind.
What do you mean rest? I don't think we're resting anytime soon.
I think I overheard. Are you okay in the machine? You uttered the word rest. What's wrong with you?
I mean, I'm talking about you guys, not me. I don't know what rest means.
There's no rest. We are revamping and streamlining our feedback process. The developers crew with Pavel-san and friends are doing an amazing job on the website, on the vision, on documentation, on like adding value everywhere. Very impressed. Very impressed. Another interesting thing that was kind of it started from Pertz once again. The fact that Pertz sat down and really read with care and concentration all feedback, and then he decided to omit some. Like, he's the one that made the contact. He's the one talking to the developers. He decided to omit some, and I think that's his right, and I think that's the way to actually produce quality work and avoid politics.
I think that it's inevitable that that's the future, right? Where people are going to choose who they want to work with within service DAOs, and then they're going to create teams. And those teams are going to have different reputation and different supply and demand. So he maintains, like, it's obviously very forward thinking, but the idea would be that he has a brand that he wants to maintain, that the #1 feedback crew will be led by Pertz. So he's making sure that the people that feedback with him are of the highest quality, and he omits anything that's not good. So you, as a new feedback provider, you have a gamble. You're like, look, do I want to go work for the superstars? If my feedback's good, I'm gonna get a lot of money for it, a lot of demand. But if it's not good, I'm not gonna get anything for it, right? So you have this risk-reward spectrum. It's exciting, and this doesn't exist anywhere. And these are new paradigms.
And I think this is tomorrow's on-chain proposal. And again, it's going to be an opinion poll since it's not going to be connected with any instruction. I think it's an important vote to have it as a rule that the person who is responsible for delivering the documentation and putting together the final document and is not obliged to include all feedback, and feedback that is not included will not get paid. Think about it, guys. This is the way to actually optimize for quality.
I think what you're describing is very important, because the DAO trusts the person responsible for the documentation, and it's in their discretion to provide the best possible quality of our service as far as our feedback sessions are concerned. So yeah, in my personal opinion, which we should always decide through an on-chain vote on this, is that the documentator should decide what's feedback worthy and what elevates our session and our report to the next level of quality. And if your feedback is not involved in the report, then you don't get paid.
Dude, when you were saying that, I thought you were gonna be like, and in my personal opinion, which is the only thing that matters. I thought that's how you're gonna end that sentence. My
personal opinion, that's the only thing that matters, and you will all eventually have to follow. Is X.
That's my 2 grapes. My 2 Dean talk.
Let me show you my 2 Dean.
So we have a SolarPlex page for Dean.
I like it. Let's upvote that. Bam. 2 upvotes. Well done.
Bam.
I love this.
So lovely.
Get better.
Can I
grow
upvote
better,
my
strategize better.
super shout out to AAS for that copy? I just put it together during the stream right now. He has done some amazing work. Great member. Great DAO member.
Maybe somebody should put an on-chain proposal to make him hardcore.
Why not? Why not? Everything is possible. If you have the governance, go for it.
So as you see, guys, you have to go to
Lancer,
Solarplex XYZ, and the top project at the moment is Dean's List. You need to connect your wallet and press the arrow up. That's all you need to do. I'll show it on my screen right now.
And Lancer Works just commented on our listing. Did you guys see that? LFG. Let's fucking go.
So those are the guys that I told you are substituting, like
The Epic DAO.
they're gonna kick, yeah, like Epic style.
Yeah.
You got they slept, they fell asleep at the wheel, and these guys are just gonna take their lunch. Like they've already had Jacob Creech retweet them. They've already had Chase Park retweet them. They totally retweet.
And totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, sorry, man.
That's why I saw them.
Epic style had won a previous hackathon and just fell asleep, you know. And we saw it when we were doing the feedback. We saw it. You know, I sometimes it's, you know, language barrier is a big problem, but you gotta also you gotta listen to your allies. You know, we were given as much information as we could. Lancer works. It'll be interesting to see if it's the incumbent that makes this work, or if that's just a problem space, the whole bounty for developers. Like I've discussed this a lot, you know, pricing out grants for specs, really hard. Really, really, really hard.
You know what's my issue? It's not only pricing the grants. It's this mercenary mentality in developers that when it comes to a startup, when it comes to a very new project that will have trial and error, the product market fit is going to be not as clear. There's going to be tension. There's going to be failure. It's very hard if you don't have someone to maintain you, to do the actual tweaks and help you go forward. I'm not convinced that the problem is pricing the grants, but the mercenary mentality that doesn't allow for projects to actually flourish.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem. But in general, like I've talked about this with a few developers, is you don't know what you don't know until you've started, right? So like, let's say somebody's priced out a thing at like 10K. You're like, you know what, I can probably bang this out in, you know, a month, 10K, that's fair. Let me go for it. And then as you're going down, you're like, oh my God, there's all this design space that hasn't been articulated or answered. It's not gonna be 10K, it's gonna be 100K. And then what do? You know? Like you've basically wasted 2 weeks to discover that, oh, I'm never gonna get paid for this. Are we gonna be on for a bit? I'll go get some water.
Yes, I think we have a couple of topics to cover still. For sure, let me check my notes. I wanted to talk a little bit about the simulations that we actually ran. If the audience remembers, we had a few thoughts about a new coin. that is, we spoke about the objectives, we spoke about possible distributions and allocation amounts. We said that the main target is high quorum, meaning that the people that are holding the coin will be required to be voting frequently. And we also said we want to keep a small community that will get down and personal, that will know each other, that will avoid politics and campaigning. Which means this is going to be 100-member community and 100 superstars working on the accelerator, on the feedback sessions, on all the side quests that the DAO is undertaking. If you remember, we said that this is going to be a strictly governance coin. All payouts are going to remain in USDC. It's gonna help us do lots of little things like identify superstars from coming from the non-member pool, but will also allow us to demonstrate the value of being a voting member and to be a contributing member. We are not there yet. The whole community is bubbling. The whole community, the members are thinking and constantly improving tokenomics. And I've run a couple of simulations. I'll bring them on my screen and we can talk about them a little bit.
Let's do it. Let's do it. By the way, I just got a ping that Elusive is now on mainnet, which is price.
They had a space. They had a space right now that finished, and Tolly was there, and Austin was there. They're pretty interesting. I happen to have been exposed to them through Solflare, and these guys are doing serious work. They're working on privacy layers and how you can hide your activity. It's a very good approach on privacy, and you should check them out.
So this is a privacy layer on Solana. Can you elaborate a little bit?
They built a protocol where you send in your transactions and they are being hidden and mixed with other. I read about them a few months ago. Let me try and find out what the tech was. A non-dev and all. We should not be talking other bots.
Okay, we can. This looks slightly more complicated than. Of course, this is going to be a big brain solution for privacy. These privacy questions are not easy to answer.
I'm ready. Do you want to hear my best possible dev speech?
I'm all ears, my friend. I'm all ears.
Okay, so Elusive makes compliance simple because they give you total control over it. So when you want to share your transaction data, you can use secure viewing keys and their trusted third-party designation that they built. You can simply remain anonymous using ZK knowledge-based, zero knowledge-based when you don't want to be exposed to your activity. You top up your private balance using your SOL or SPL tokens and then send to any wallet address without anyone knowing your identity or the wallet address that your token originated from. While that's what you see, there's more behind the curtains, of course. To ensure safety and compliance, they have a protocol that they call Warden Network that flags malicious actors on chain, preventing them from being able to privately transact with what you're trying to do to avoid being exposed, that is. So 1 second, my auto queue is malfunctioning. Yeah, the wardens are a very important part of Elusive's protocol because they perform two very important actions: relaying the zero knowledge proofs to the protocol and conducting the APA. And where by APA we mean autonomous protocol analysis. So what about if you want to share an individual transaction record? So you want to share it with your accountant, or send out a proof of your on-chain activity. They allow you to create a viewing key that grants access to whoever you share the viewing key to that transaction or the activity that you have done, so that you can show or prove whatever you want to prove on the blockchain. ZK privacy text means that Elusive can never access your data or funds. Then there was an explanation about zero knowledge proof, which is way up of my pay grade. I'm sure that every Web3 head here has some kind of basic understanding of what zero knowledge is. And the whole gist of it is that Elusive ZK-based privacy technology puts you in total control of what gets shared and what doesn't, so that you can allow a trusted third party to view parts of your private transactions. And that's a wrap. This
I think
what Elusive is about.
I think you did that very well. Like, I for sure have zero knowledge about this, so I think you told us a lot. Well done. That was good.
I'm excited. This is an exciting layer for Solana. This can be fuel for more bullish tickling, more bullish scent in the air. Very cool that this is live. I can't wait to use it. I can't wait to get my hands dirty. Maybe change my wallet, finally. Without all you stalkers being able to track it.
Yeah, it's very impressive, and some of the most OGs of the OGs, like you whales, you know that the ZK discussion has been around for ages, and bringing something regarding relative to that on Solana, and put privacy into the mix. It's super interesting to the list.
This is an outcome that very few people saw. I did not see it coming in any way. Everybody expected that ZK rollups, what's called Z signatures, and all these developments would be on a dedicated chain, not on a layer of a layer one. I saw it kind of Cosmos last year with Secret. That was their privacy layer. It was not as widely adopted. And now we see it in Solana with Elusive, you said, eh? It's
Elusive.
It's extremely interesting. It's one of those narratives, lovely friends, for those that are not don't have as many years under their belt in the crypto world. At least I'm here since 2014. I've seen the market go up and down. I've seen narratives come and go. This is very interesting. Like, it reminds me of the Omni protocol and how hyped the market was for the Omnicoin. Omnicoin was top 5 market cap in 2014. Everybody was hyped. That was the new technology that everybody would make money off, that would conquer the world. It's like Zcash. It's one of the first coins that actually started experimenting with those technologies, those privacy technologies. But the Omni protocol, this is what powered Tether, the Tether protocol. So Tether took the technology from Omnicoin, applied it to its own private blockchain, and launched the Tether dollar, USDT, the one we all know and love. Guess what? The people that were invested in Omnicoin didn't make any money, despite the technology being useful, successful, and widely implemented. And it's one of those stories, just again with Zcash. Zcash holders, developers, ecosystem pushed this technology further, made it usable, prepared it for secret and elusive and all these other projects to use. But the holders are not gonna make anything. So this is another example that the technology might be good, might be successful, but it's not gonna translate to profit from holding the shitcoin. Excuse my French, of course, but it's interesting. It's an interesting story, I think, and it's an interesting development. Looking forward on how this is going to be used and how easy and how will I be able to hide shitcoins? Will I be able to hide my newly minted shitcoin that I just made and was approved by the library, the Solana coin library? I don't know. Curious. All right.
I'm just reading the chat.
Who did that?
Nanko, what's up, man? Haven't you seen me like this?
Nanko cheered for 2 bits. Double the generosity from Legend. Still at under a cent, though. We've been live for over 1.5 hours. Once again, we cannot contain ourselves. Last thing that I really want us to go through, kind of fast and a little bit think out loud. What emotions do these results bring to each one of you? And I'm talking, of course, about the proposed tokenomics for the new coin. No matter how the name is decided to be, it could be Din, it could be Ser, it could be Wen, it could be nothing. It could be Grape. I don't know. Could be anything. But the idea stands, and it's always interesting to see who's paying attention and who's taking us seriously. For example, obviously Chris Eck is taking us seriously. He's voting in every proposal.
I want to add to this. 100%, something's going to happen. Now, I would tell you that there's pros and cons to how we're going about this, right? Issuing a new token from scratch, huge pros in the side that we can, when we look at a DAO legal wrapper, we've got a lot of choices to play with there. Whereas if we were to use Grape, we don't have that same flexibility, right? Grape already has a foundation, it's already been issued, it already has investors. You start from the beginning, you have more flexibility, might allow us, like Utah now has issued a new DAO structure. I don't know if I shared this with you guys. I can post it here in Discord.
We lost your camera.
Oh, damn, man. Wait 1 second. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me at least? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you see me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. You can see me too?
Yes, you're pretty face.
Utah. So, where is this? Let me share this with you. Utah came out with new legislation for DAO incorporation. This happened like 6 days ago. So anyway, there's a lot of flexibility with issuing a new token. Then we still have to hold on to the dream that maybe we can get Strata to work with the USDC backing. Why am I saying this? A lot of people are reaching out, so curious about what we're doing. Some people are offering to get involved on the Strata revamp. Some people are asking how they can also get their community part of the token. So depending on which way we go, we've got a lot of flexibility. But the number one thing all of us can do is prove with our on-chain activity that we want to be part of this. And this is the first time this has ever existed, right? Where we know publicly a new token is coming out, or a new paradigm at least, and huge allocations can be connected to activity and contribution, right? Voting activity, contribution. And we can philosophically argue about why that's all that matters. I don't care if you're holding a monkey. You're holding a monkey, congratulations, you'll get some dust. You're holding a degen ape, congratulations, you'll get some dust. But if you're one of these guys who's voting hardcore in our DAO and contributing in our DAO, you're going to get a monster allocation. Why? Because you're already showing that you're aligned with what we're trying to do. And it's not like we're not trying to share this. We've been like talking about this and pretty pumped. We were on the ecosystem call last week. Fucking all Solana knows us. It's not like we're like a secret anymore. So if you're choosing not to, hey, you're only going to talk to yourself back. It's not. There's no ask for money. There's no ask. There's no money involved in this. It's just, hey, you want to be part of something or not? It's not for everybody. It's for our boy Perks. It's for Legend. It's for Nanko. Like, there's certainly Chris Eck. Like, there's certain kinds of people who Pavelsan. Like Cavicon. Like, I can go down the list of all these people. Scientist Joe. Lock D. AAS, George Kuru. Like, man, we've got like an army of EOS Stark. It was pretty cool, Nanko, to get to talk to EOS Stark today, by the way.
What a better half you have, my friend. What a better half. Congratulations. No, it was great meeting EOS Stark. It was really cool to have all of us working individually in the office. I think it was magical. There were 6 cameras on. Nobody was talking. Everybody was working on other things. Nanko is getting generous. 3 bits, getting close to a cent.
Did Pavel-san just put up a proposal? Who was this? I think it was Pavel-san. I know it wasn't either of you two.
Does the address start from QRW?
Yeah.
Then it is.
Have you seen the proposal? Check it out.
AAS is hard at his core, so let's vote him into that role. 100% yes. Yep, yes, and I really love the fact that you can single out people and say, hey, this person is a superstar. Let's give him superstar-like attention.
That's nepotism. That's nepotism. How dare you? How dare you do stuff like that with your hard-earned governance and the voice that you have gained through your community contribution?
It's too
How dare you?
Of an inside joke. It's too inside jokey. It's too inside jokey. This is the second time I've told you. Second time
I'm telling you.
Second time. This is too much of an inside joke.
I think quorum needs to be increased. We just reached approval quorum.
And you, man, watch out. I'm collecting those red flags.
It's been a year now.
Looking forward to what you let me know about it in 2025. About what
I have
what I
bags,
have been doing
bags
wrong.
and bags and bags of red flags that I'm
Remember
collecting.
remember that tiropita I was eating in 2018, and you
You
said,
looked at her in the wrong way. That looks nice. That looks delicious.
oh God. What is Nakamoto coefficient of the quorum? I don't even know if that applies. I think
How
those
how does this apply?
I don't know if those two terms drop to go together. The Nakamoto coefficient of the quorum. It's still a good.
No, it's a good. I think it goes. I think it goes because he's asking. The Nakamoto coefficient for quorum is 1%, 1% above, or one vote above quorum. So if someone holds voting power one vote above quorum, that should be the...
No. The best number for coefficient is what? 1. Right? You want as low as possible. To get that number, you would say a quorum of 100%, which is the most decentralization. But you don't want to have a Nakamoto coefficient for quorum. You want to have a Nakamoto coefficient for distribution.
No, but you need the minimum number of entities that are required in order to control the DAO.
Right. But you also need to have a certain number of unique people, right? Like if you have one node for Bitcoin, right, it wouldn't be very decentralized. You want to have many nodes. So I think it has to do with how many participants there are. But you know what? He's agreeing with you, so I digress. I'm wrong.
I think I'm right. I think I'm right because it's unrelated to the number of participants if you consider the voting power they hold, if you consider the amount of nodes they are running, if you consider the amount of blocks they are producing. You don't care how many are in the loop, you care about the total amount.
I Googled it and it agrees with you. The minimum number of entities whose proportions one can sum to get to 51% control. Yep, so you're right. It's the same thing for quorum. And look, but that's the thing. It's not a good measure of this. I don't know if it's a great measure of decentralization, because if one of us had enough votes to get past quorum, it would be 1. So you don't want a number 1. You want a high number. There you go. The coefficient is the number of people.
Yeah, I think on that note, I think it's important to soon raise quorum in this list, or at least propose the raising quorum.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous, especially when we consider that there are funds now in the treasury.
Yeah, and you know what? You also have this dynamic where if somebody goes and mints the Dean token, you get where I'm going with this?
Yes, because it's on a bonding curve and doesn't have a total supply. It's a constant race of yeah. It's like a network that has a steady amount of nodes popping up. So constantly new actors are coming into play that you need to overtake. The pie is constantly enlarging. It's an interesting thought process, and I think trying to combine this kind of meaning states, I don't know how to call it, this kind of thoughts is interesting. It's a good exercise, a good thought exercise. On that note, let's take a look a little bit at the simulations. So, for those that were not paying attention or were not here on the previous stream, we are trying to figure out the best way to distribute memberships to existing contributing members in order to increase their voting power and in order to increase the participation of those that are the protagonists of the DAO. So we said on the previous stream, and we tweeted, we shouted, we publicly spoke about it. We had a bunch of DAO calls discussing it. We whispered our all the Dean's List contributors, anybody that has actually ever been rewarded with governance power, anybody who's bought, anybody who's everybody's in the loop. In order to actually see what was happening before the announcement, let me bring the right spreadsheet in front of me.
Oh, this is a fun activity to see. Now that you like, how were you voting before you knew, and then how you were voting after you knew? And it looks like only Chris Eck is like.
No, there are a couple of people. Like, I have to say that there were people. Like, I can see clearly that Alex Pertz has increased his voting. Like, before the announcement, I made a snapshot starting from 16th of December. So what I did is I saw how many people have been voting in each proposal, and each person, how many votes is he using. I don't care if the proposal is a passing one or a failing one. I care that at least quorum has been achieved. So what I did was I extracted the results and the participants from 13 different votes. These were all the votes, all the proposals that happened from 16th of December till the 16th of February. So we did all of December, all of January, and a little bit of February, so it's exactly 2 months. During that period, we could clearly see Cavicon and Dean the Machine together with Taki Sol, together with Scientist Joe, and Jaris and myself. Those were the ones that were voting quite a lot. AAS as well. So all these guys were at 70% and upwards. Meaning that they voted for at least 8 out of 13 proposals. Which is a decent number if you think that there is no monetary incentive, there is nothing to gain by voting, other than being interested in the mission that this community is after. The moment we started talking about the distribution, we made sure to have at least one active proposal every 2 days. So every 48 hours, most of the days it was a daily occurrence. You would find a new proposal every day. So there was enough space for people to grow. There were enough proposals for people to continuously vote and showcase that they are paying attention, that they are interested in what's happening. We're not asking for money, we're asking for attention and time. That's all. The more attention you put, the more time you put, the more we know, the bigger allocation you'll get. And again, the DAO will decide, not me, not Dean, not Taki, not anybody here. So what I did is I actually took all the proposals that happened from the 22nd of February. 21st was the announcement. 22nd was the start of the second snapshot that I took. during those 10 days, we had 13 proposals and we had 13 unique addresses participating. Once again, Dean was the only person. No, sorry. Not once again, Dean was not the only person that actually achieved 100% of proposal votes. As we've many times said on this stream, we were also surprised. Chris Eck is the one matching. He has voted 100% of the times, and right after we have Takisol, we have Kavicon, and then it's me and a couple more really close friends. So not a huge change, meaning there are new people, there are 4 new addresses that actually joined the ranks of voting for over 50% of the proposals, but not a radical change. The strong players became even stronger, and the ones that were in between stayed in between, and a few people that were slightly above average have now demonstrated their abilities and have been placing way above average. Like I've seen people going from 53%, going to 69, going to 73, going to 84. I'm not doxing the people, I'm doxing the addresses. These are things you can also extract from realms. You can go on vote by vote and see where each address has voted. The nicknames sometimes are there if you check the Explorer, sometimes are not there. Some people have bought domains or linked to their Twitter accounts and you'll see them. Some others you won't. But they remain very few people. Very, very, very few people. And the last snapshot that I want to present is the total duration starting from 16th of December till yesterday, till the 6th of March. And we'll see that these are there are 50% again. It's interesting to see there are 15 addresses. As you see, I've modeled the allocation according to the formula described in the tokenomics. You see here is eight membership tokens, meaning this address, we know, everybody knows whose this address is. There's no other person with 2,000 voting score, so that's Dean's address, of course. And you'll see that he has a multiplier of 8, meaning at current numbers, and these are not final numbers, this is nothing is set in stone, these are just simulations to see where we are and who is paying attention. So if you are as passionate as Dean, you'll get a sizable amount, but not enough to call the shots. As you see, we are all, many of us are getting more than one membership token, but the idea here is to actually invite members that we think are going to be amazing. So I invite everybody. I will share the list with the Twitch audience. You can study it. I have a cat crying behind me.
Guys, I also want to point out, like we constantly are discussing this model because it is the only model to discuss. And as a community,
we cannot see your pretty face, Dean.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now you guys can see me. We keep on discussing this model because it's the only model to discuss. And as a community, we can't be hostage to like lack of ideas. If only one person has shared an idea, I guess that's the idea we have. We have, like, we've learned that analysis paralysis is a real thing that can kill DAOs. And the worst thing is when that one person puts a lot of effort and time, no one else puts the effort and time to create a model. And right when we're about to do it, all the complaints come out of the woodwork. Oh, it should be like this. It should be like that. Like that. Why aren't you presenting a model? It's so easy to tear down somebody else's thing. It's not easy to produce your own thing. So, you know, I wish, like, it would be such a wet dream if next week we were discussing different models from different people and having one of you that's watching or another member of Dean's List join this call and present your model, right? Like, you don't have to present it if you don't want to, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know. It's just good to have different ideas, you know, and it's not like it has to be this model. It doesn't have to be this model. It doesn't have to be this way. Okay, I'm done with my rant.
I'm sharing the spreadsheet and the text, the document with the viewers, with the audience. Hopefully, I'm going to, you know, tickle them in the right place.
In the cockles.
In the cackles. Oh yeah, baby. It sounds hairy enough for me to agree with you. Yeah, that's the place I will tickle them.
In the subcockles. Maybe even in the colon.
Did you guys expect a radically different behavior post-announcement compared to pre-announcement? Or these were the results you were expecting? That the people that were paying attention before are still paying attention, and then the ones that were not paying attention didn't really wake up.
Yeah, can I ask you a question, Chris? There was this comment that Chris Eck made. My voting power is low, though. I'm also going to make the assumption that his contribution is low.
Contribution is low, voting power is low, but voting consistency is ultra high, which saves the thing. The way to win Chris Eck is to actually offer feedback. Offer feedback as much as you want. And
has he ever offered feedback?
Yes, he has been rewarded with Dean token in the past. It's not something he bought.
Awesome. So he never got USDC.
Never.
Wow. So Chris, that means you haven't provided feedback probably in 2 months. Does that make sense? I think we've only been giving out USDC for the last 2 months. You don't have to be begging. You were trying to write beginning. Well, now you're back. You know, there's a lot of feedback. I'm just, you know, when you mentioned that your voting power is low, an easy way to make it go up is to provide feedback. And I'm never quite sure who knows. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like somebody's like Mod Ranger, you know, he had so much grape. It was so easy for him to become a dominant voter.
Big props to someone else that changed his grape into Dean, understood what's cooking. Pertz, once again, he increased his voting power quite a lot and has been very active.
Did he mint the 666 token?
Yeah, we're almost at 3 million. Did you know that?
You know, like, does Chris Eck have an NFT?
I don't. No.
I don't think so. Did you mean an NFT, Chris?
No.
Like, I think such high like voting activity. I don't know. I think he's the type of person who would really brand sport the brand. He also won Dean from Crew 3.
He won. He was in the last 5 finalists for the From Crew 3. Yeah, he was very active at Crew 3. I remember that. Did you main Krisek?
Aéreos Kinilos. What's it called? I smell a proposal.
Oh, Aéreos. Oh, Aéreos.
He got a snake. Chris X.
Ooh, got a snake. Snake. Ooh.
But he's embarrassed of it. That's why he hasn't said it as his PFP. I mean,
if I had the snake, I might have been embarrassed as well. I got an orange chicoon.
You got the snake.
What does the lore say? What does the lore say about snake?
But look, the thing is that he has his own face as his PFP, so you can't blame him. Like when you want, when you've got the thirst trap going on, you can't expect him to like put the what color snake do you have, bro? What color snake is it, Chris? Is it an orange potato?
Or is it poop color?
Poop color potato.
Poop.
Pink potato.
Pink snake. I like pink snake.
You have to have the pink snake. I can't believe you haven't put it. But at the same time, you've got your face as the PFP, so it's a little different. I've noticed that people who put their face as their PFP don't mess around. Like Youngblood, Youngblood has a pink ape. He's like, no. This face always stays here. This face in place.
This face, non-fungible.
Maybe
non-fungible, baby.
Maybe you guys change your LinkedIn PFP with a 2 to the snake or a Youngblood. That's a way to go. That's
Maybe
a Web3
we
way
should all
to go.
change our PFPs to Youngblood.
Yeah, baby, and that's like now it's my fucking wallet. He's like, dude, you cannot copy paste. No copy pasterino my NFT. Aren't you Web3? What the fuck?
Chris just said the only reason he hasn't changed is it's too much work to change it everywhere. Yeah, it is. It does take some time.
We've officially crossed the 2-hour mark. I think it's slowly it's time to actually close tonight's session. I think once again it has been lovely. I really like these streams that it's with friends and we have different voices and different familiar faces. I think we should keep it up. Every couple of weeks you'll see us all together vibing. And these streams are always going to contain important announcements because we are also thinking out loud and we are constantly iterating and trying new things, chatting with the community, the audience, the contributors. So if you see us somewhere with our cameras open, expect it to be something that is going to be value adding. If not, it's going to contain quite a lot of banter. Anyway, make sure to join us. On that note, I will wish you a good night with my broken hand. For those that are asking, I was on the mountain. I threw a 1080, 3 consecutive rotations, and landed on a hibernating bear. I thought it was a rock. I thought it was a bear. It was a fucking grizzly brown bear, man. Brown bear, like, got up. Good thing it was slightly malnourished from sleeping throughout the winter. I did a crochet and an uppercut with my right hand, and it broke. Bear is dead though, so yeah, be careful out there.
Dude, did you see the trailer for Cocaine Bear?
Yeah. Pretty fucking awesome.
That was a good joke. The way you went through this was a great.
Have you played the game? Have you played the game?
And which game? The Cocaine Ravaged game. Cocaine ravaged bear.
Yeah, the cocaine bear game. There's a game. It's like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I know, I'll check it out.
Okay. This was
Alright,
fun.
friends, take care. Don't get shaken out by the shady markets. Stay amazing, stay lovely, stay solvent. I love you all. Take care. Join Dean's List. Pay attention.
Stay
vote,
safe.
and
Stay
make sure to
liquid.
smile. Love you all.